Nothing hits like having the anxiety on a Sunday evening. It's about to be Monday tomorrow, and the one thought that keeps running through your mind: should I quit my job? I mean, in all honesty, my job's pretty good, but I'm always thinking, I wish I could just do YouTube. But today is not going to be a rant about me complaining about, oh, I don't have a YouTube job, or oh, why am I not more successful? No, like, this video is actually going to be a little bit more inspirational just because gosh, I owe it to you guys to actually be a little bit more uplifting. And I don't know, I kind of have this superhero complex wanting to just come out and be a beacon of hope for everybody. So here's to doing that. And most of the time it's always just me rambling, but there's going to be a little bit. There's going to be a little bit of rambling, but not as much. Not as much in the sense to tell you guys that the world is genuinely fucked as it is. We have so much discord, so much disunity. There's no really harmony in like finding friends, cultivating love, and like a bunch of other things. And in a world in where we're currently facing just even so much lust too, this whole fucking society has become so lustful. Like, I want to bring it back to 2016, like when Vine was around, we were all having fun. We were all just, like enjoying life at a cheap price, not being so constrained to societal expectations and just being happy, like, I don't know. I want to be a beacon of hope for that. And like, as I've been growing older, I mean, I don't know why I'm feeling this superhero complex to want to just be more positive instead of just ranting. And trust me, I have a fuck ton of problems going on right now, but I'm here to say that it's going to be fine. Despite YouTube making it harder to become a YouTuber now, here I am still making videos, despite that. I'm not trying to become the best at YouTube. I'm just trying to, and I'm finally defining it a little bit more. Becoming a social influencer. And fuck, do I feel stupid because I had two different topics that I wanted to talk about, which was one, YouTube becoming harder, becoming a YouTuber is harder, and then there's also just me wanting to be a superhero. And I kind of am just combining them both, but I mention and I mesh them both together just because, against the odd of working at a 9 to 5 in person with lesser pay, I literally downgraded so much from my previous job. All I knew is that I just had to get the fuck out of that previous job. But I want to let you guys know that despite having downgraded so badly of a job to where I'm currently at, and mind you, it's not that bad, it's just having to work in person and lesser pay honestly fucking sucks ass. But that's besides the point. It's just a gut feeling was telling me that I couldn't be in the space that I was in already. I couldn't continue doing it. I really couldn't. And here I am now in my new apartment, new job, and very little money to my name. In fact, I'm having to do cash advances. It's like the world's fucking against me. Oh, and mind you, I was supposed to receive 1 week's worth of pay 2 days ago. Didn't receive shit. So this whole weekend, it's just been fuck. I've been feeling bad spending money, but then I also just have to like rewire my minds and thinking, come from a place of abundance. And quite literally, yesterday I was so drunk, I had drank 3 of those fat bottles of Corona, and I had bought myself another 6 pack of beers. And during that whole time, like, yes, I was drunk, but then I was also just like not thinking. And a part of me wants to be like that in real life, although, yes, there is heavy consequences to living like that, like living too on edge per se. But I say that because I want to start coming from a place of abundance to give hope, inspiration to those that are struggling in the same boat as me, or if not worse. Like, I always say this, but I'm very hyper aware of the fact that like my situation isn't as bad as others, and like it could always be worse. In fact, goddamn, like I've been making YouTube shorts and posting on TikTok a lot, like just little clips of like these videos. But like, goddamn, like some people are very fucking mean. Like, I'm sure, like, if that guy that was watching my shorts is watching this video, he's probably gonna be like, "Oh, you're a little bitch." It's like, nah, man, I'm just expressing my fucking thoughts on YouTube. But like, that's besides the point. I'm just trying to become a beacon of hope. And by making these videos, I know sometimes I rant, but in this one, I actually just want to spread positivity, more encouragement to just keep going, despite despite not ideally being where I want to be. Physically, I want to do better, and I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, fuck, I want to do better. I look at my partner. I'm like, I want her to do better. I want me and her to both do better, like get lives that like we're actually proud of. But here we are, like we're thankfully okay. We get to come home to each other sometimes and have a good meal, go to sleep together, cuddle up and everything. But I look at couples like Tom and Zendaya, and I'm just like, fuck, I want a little portion of what they have. Where they're both each other's best friends. They both challenge each other. They're just off living their best lives and very private, very successful. And like that's ideally what I want for myself. And like as I grow older and as I'm getting stuck behind that desk of my 9 to 5 job at 22 an hour, I'm just like, I put myself in this position. I knew I had to like do better, but it's like, damn, I I don't know what I want in my life. And as I'm like narrowing it down, I'm kind of just happy for the fact that like at least on YouTube I feel like I have a bit of control, like a little bit more say on like what I want to do and be. And like it's finally getting narrowed down. Like, yeah, enough bitching and moaning. Like my life really could be fucking worse, compared to other people. But I I still feel as if I have like dilemmas in my mind going on all the time. And I just simply want to talk about it because why the fuck not? Like I could if I want to, and I'm not gonna stop. But like, have I done anything these past years to actually do something about it? No. And that's where I'm kind of like in a turmoil of, let's just post another video and let's not give up. Like I'm continuously evolving, and the evolution does not stop. But I'm thinking, like, when do I also get better? Like, I know my own fate is in my own hands. And, like, it's very, that's become very prominent nowadays, especially with the drastic lifestyle that I've just undergone through. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, but nonetheless, to say, I want to still say, just keep going at it. Somehow I have not given up, and I've been at very dark times of my life as well. Like, 19 and 20 years old was very bad for me, but now I'm 23 going on 24, and God, I'm not ideally where I want to be. And in fact, it feels like I've fucking failed. But all I know is that I just can't give up. I just genuinely cannot give up. I don't want to. I want to continue moving forward. I just don't know how and where to get to a point where it's actually going to be good. I just don't know. But does it mean to say that, like, oh, like I'm a fucking failure? Perhaps not. I still struggle with at least internalizing that I'm not necessarily a failure, but I'm just trying to find a bit of motivation to like root for myself. And for those of you doing worse than me, I know there's always that person that has like $10 to their name, no job, lives with their parents, paying with their mental health to live there at for rent, or I don't know, being in an abusive relationship or some type of mental or physical abuse. Like there's so much shit that's going on in that. Like I thankfully have the luxury of making these videos. I'm thankful for that. But I would still want to spread at least some words of encouragement to say, hey, don't give up, or at least find a way to get the fuck out of there. Cause like we were given this life. Did we ask for it? And fuck no. But there's still ways to at least overcome all these tribulations that at least come through our life. I want to become a famous YouTuber, and it's just now going to get harder to become one. So, fuck. That just means I have to work twice as hard. And mind you, I know the chase, or I mean, I know yeah, no, basically the chase to becoming a fucking YouTuber is going to be doubled the amount of requirements to do so. But yeah, oh shit, sorry. I'm not necessarily getting discouraged. And my source of income, I wish it was off YouTube, but if that's only going to get delayed and pushed into another fucking chasm of mystery, then so be it. I'm still going to keep posting. I know within myself I have the resources and mentality to go out there and at least find a way of surviving. But that's just it though. That's the thing. It's just like I'm surviving, and I don't know if I should have a bad connotation towards surviving, but it's like I'm not living, I'm surviving, and that's what kind of sucks. Like this weekend, how I would have loved to have gone out to a bar with some friends. And granted, some of them were busy, but also for the fact that, like, I wish I could have the abundancy to say, get in the fucking car, the bill's on me, just have your presence there. And, like, I can't say that. Like, I want to, and I say it all the time. I just don't know fucking how to. And now we're going to get into a little bit of a rant. It's so detrimental to be so self aware of your problems, see a solution, and not be able to do much about it. That sucks so fucking much. Like, I'm quick on my feet. I know how to improvise. I'm a great people person. But, like, with all these abilities that I have, I'm struggling so much in life on how to navigate and get myself in a good position where I feel comfortable. Like, it sucks. These past couple of years, I have not felt comfortable. Even with the job that I had working from home, like, that was already a fucking madman situation of itself. Like, it was great, but I felt so much laziness, so much entrapment, so much slavery to some extent, despite working from home. Like, I don't know. I have not had a fucking single grace period where I was like 17 years old. I had $20,000 to my name, and I was just at a cafe drinking my Americano. I've not had that for quite some time, and it's so fucking detrimental. The good thing is, tomorrow I have work, and it's 9 to 5. I have to go in person. Lunches are only 30 minutes, and the fuck do I do for 8 hours? Like, I do my job, I do the task, I do the outbound calls I need to do, but it's like beyond that, all of that can be done in 4 hours, and I'm over here having to sit behind a desk because some fucking guy that just happened to make $1 million off a fucking business says, I want my employees at a desk. And, like, to be honest, if I ever become successful and, like, I have my own business, like, my employees will fucking be able to work from home if they need to. And if I need to fucking have a meeting, then we're gonna have a fucking meeting in person. But, like, that's exactly just it. Like, the enslavement to being at a fucking desk job. Again, I know it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm making at least 22. I can pay rent. I still have a lot of nice little other things. So I shouldn't sound like I'm fucked. But I do feel fucked. But nonetheless, to say I want to go back to just saying to myself, first and foremost, and I know that sounds narcissistic, but that I will be okay. And that to you guys watching this, and if perhaps you're in the same situation, like, it doesn't even matter if you make more money than me. Apparently, there's also that thing where if you're making a good amount of money but you feel trapped and enslaved, and ask yourself within another 5 years, like, do I want to be doing this? Like, apparently that's actually just a wide phenomenon. It's like it happens to people. You make money, but then you just feel that lack of purpose to want to do something. So that's where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to make it sound like, oh, I'm ungrateful for my lifestyle and everything I've done. Like, 23, I'm living in my own apartment and I have a nice little comfy, not comfy, but like decent enough 9 to 5 job that pays me well. Like it's cool, it's decent, and I know the me from like 5, 7 years ago would be a little proud, especially with having my own place. Like I would be a little proud of myself from back then. But goes to show though that I want to do better, and then that's why I'm posting these videos too. Like I'm posting these videos because oh shit, sorry, like my camera's been tilted this whole time. I'm posting these videos because I want to do better and I need better. And I'm proving that to myself by posting on TikTok and YouTube at least 2 videos a day off of, you know, my old videos. And I feel pretty good about that. I'm not going to lie. And some of them have already been receiving, some attention. Honestly, there was some guy that was already trying to be a dick about like, "Oh, why don't you just stop living off welfare and be a contributing member to society?" I'm like, "Hey man, like fuck, all right, I guess there's always going to be some type of hate or negativity from people on YouTube. I guess I'm going to have to get used to that, but in all fairness, I think I'm already used to that from working in customer service for so long. But no, I'm going to keep posting. In fact, off of this video, there's going to at least be a couple of clips that I might be able to get. So to being successful off YouTube, despite it being harder, and for those of you that probably feel just as sad as me or anything, I know it will get better. But that's just the thing, though. We have to do it ourselves. So I don't want to fucking be optimistic. I don't want to be blindly optimistic. No, like I want to 2020 vision this shit. Like it can get better, but we need to choose for it to be better. We just can't expect it to get better all of a sudden. We just can't. So that's where I want to leave it off as a social influencer, as an up and coming social influencer, you can say, because I've like gone through so many phases of what this channel should be, but I've thought about it long and hard, and like I don't necessarily want to become famous, and I don't game or I don't have any niche that can like gather people towards me. So really all I have is just, and what I've always had is the ability to talk unscripted and just whatever's off the fucking cap. But my videos unfortunately have been mostly about ranting, and I want to change that in the sense where like I will continue to rant, I will continue saying these random ass thoughts that come into my head, but I also want to cultivate the fact that I want to be a superhero. I want to be that person that people come to after a hard ass fucking day and just want to relax, or at least hear some good positivity, some good noises, some good vibrations, because you know, we go out there already into the real world. It's Sunday evening. It's the calm before the storm. I think that's what it's called. And we have to go back to that 9 to 5 grind, or we have to go back to just working in general. Like everyone has different schedules. Everyone's different. But the point is, for the mass majority of humanity, it's a Sunday evening. Tomorrow's Monday. Typically, that means for the mass majority that it's time to go to work and put in some hours of grinding so that way we can get that paycheck and pay for our lifestyles. And yeah, that's exactly it for me. I make these videos so I can become a beacon of hope, but also sustain myself, because I just know genuinely I cannot be at the job that I'm currently at for these next 6 months. I just fucking cannot. Really, I just cannot. But I know within myself that I'm already doing something to just get away from it. So if you feel as if you've been having that inkling too, and you want to make a change that's for free, low risk, be like me, I guess. Post a fucking video. And honestly, I think you might have some luck. There's actually this other YouTuber that started around the same time as me, or just was one of my very first subscribers. He started at half of the subscribers I have, and now he has more than me. Not exponentially more than me, but it's like, okay, you know, he's grinding. And I forgot what his name was. His name was Dog Dude before. Now it's something else, but honestly that's inspirational, and that's kind of what's pushed me to want to make more videos. And note if you noticed, like my last video was like a week ago. So I've been posting more consistently, which is good. And I'm also now clipping these videos. So yeah, I'm trying to become an inspiration. And now more than ever, especially that I've gotten into this weird cycle where I get a new job, I don't like it, and now I'm at the precipice of wanting to leave it. I don't want to get another 9 to 5 job and be miserable. This has to be it for me. This has to be it. Like, I'm not doing this shit no more. Like, I'm going to stay at this job until I finally make it off YouTube or even TikTok, because some of these clips are going to be going into TikTok. But either or, the point is to make this passive income where you guys support me and I support you. That's just it. So, yeah, if we can cultivate that and start having more people post like me, then let's fucking do it. Because I'm already about 100 videos in long-term videos. Have not had a single fucking success, but I'm gonna keep trying. So keep an eye out for the clips. I already posted 2 new ones, and I'm gonna be posting 2 clips of myself every day from past and current videos. But yeah, if you're going back to work, have a good shift, and hopefully we can start making money in some other way that does not sacrifice our mental health. Alrighty, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.